Hello friends. On request given by one of the member in our Telegram group, today I will be teaching you the concept of the chapter calendar and some useful tricks to crack this type of questions in your exams. And this topic is not a theory or practical topic. In order to solve the questions, you must think logically. That is why it is under the chapter logical reasoning. This picture shows the Earth's rotation and revolution. This orbit is the Earth's rotation orbit. Earth's rotation is the rotation of the planet Earth around its own axis. So this is called as Earth's rotation. For Earth's rotation, it took 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.09053 seconds. And revolution is the movement of the Earth around the Sun. So this path is it is for revolution process. Revolution period. Normally it took 365.26 Earth days. Normally we used to call it as a complete year. It consists of 365 days. This 0.26 days will be added at the end of fourth year, which means at the end of fourth year, one complete day is added to that particular year. So that in that year we will be having 366 days and that year will be called as leap year. So every fourth year will be the leap year. And in the leap year, the month February has 29 days. The next concept is odd days. The number of days more than the complete week are called as odd days. For example, in 8 days there will be 1 odd day. In 12 days there will be 5 odd days. In 21 days there will be 3 complete weeks and there will be no odd days. In case of 24 days there will be 3 complete weeks plus 3 days remaining. Those remaining days are called as odd days. The trick here is divide the given days by 7. If there is a remaining, then the remaining days are called odd days, and if it is fully divisible by 7, then it is a complete week and there will be no odd days. Next is a leap year. Every year that is divisible by 4 and it is not a century is a leap year, and every fourth century is a leap year. Here are the some of the examples. The year 1952, 2008, 1676, all these are leap year because it is fully divisible by 4. And 4th century, 8th century, 12th century, all these are leap years because every 4th century is a leap year. And the other years, and the remaining years is not a leap year. The trick here is divide the given year by 4. If it is fully divisible by 4, then it is a leap year. And also check the condition of century. Ordinary year. A year which is not a leap year is an ordinary year, and the ordinary year consists of 365 days. And in this slide I will be showing you 4 tables. All these 4 tables should be in your fingertip in order to solve the questions from the chapter calendar. Now I will explain how I arrived these 4 tables. First table, we know that in ordinary year there will be 365 days. I am dividing this 365 by 7. I will be getting 52 complete weeks plus 1 day remaining. So that day will be the odd day. So in one ordinary year there will be one odd day. In a leap year we know that we will be having 366 days. So 366 days divided by 7, we will get 52 complete weeks plus 2 odd days. So in one leap year there will be 2 odd days. The findings from this table is in one ordinary year there will be 1 odd day, and in one leap year there will be 2 odd days. Next is the calculation for 100 years. In case of 100 years there will be 76 ordinary years and 24 leap years. So we know that for one ordinary year there will be 1 odd day. So 76 ordinary years there will be 76 odd days. And in one leap year there will be two odd days. So in 24 leap years there will be 2 into 24, that is 48 odd days. In total, there will be 124 odd days in 100 years. If we divide this 124 by 7, then we will be getting 17 complete weeks plus 5 days. So these 5 days are called as odd days. So in 100 years, we will be getting 5 odd days. Next is for 200 years. So we know that for 100 years, 5 odd days will be there. For 200 years, we will be multiplying it into 2. So 5 into 2, we get 10 days. If we divide this 10 by 7, we get 3 odd days. Next is for 300 years. If we we know that for 100 years there will be 5 odd days, so we will be simply multiplying into 3. We get 15 days. If we divide it by 7, we will be getting 2 complete weeks plus 1 remaining day, that is 1 odd day. And we know that in every 4th century will be the leap year. So because of that, we will be adding here 1 additional day. So 5 into 4, 20 plus 1, 21. So there will be total of 21 days. If we divide this 21 divided by 7, then we will be getting 3 complete weeks and there will be no odd days. So in 400 years, there will be 0 odd day. Next. In this table, we will just assigning the numbers for each days from 0 to 6 from Sunday to Saturday. So for Sunday it is 1, Sunday it is 0, Monday it is 1, Tuesday it is 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, Friday 5 and Saturday 6. This is the general assignment of numbers, but it will change according to the question. For example, in question they mention as today is the Wednesday and what will be the day after 10 days. So if the question starts with today and they mention the day as Wednesday, then we should assign for Wednesday we should assign 0 and Thursday it is 1, Friday it is 2. So according to the question, this assignment will change, but the general assignment is starting from 0 to 6, that is from Sunday to Saturday. I just round up this slide. From first table, what we arrive is for ordinary years there will be 1 odd day and for leap year there will be 2 odd days. From second table, for 100 years there will be 5 odd days, and from third table for 200 years there will be 3 odd days, and for 300 years there will be 1 odd day, and for 400 years there will be no odd days. And this is just an assignment of numbers for the days. We practice few questions for your better understanding. Here the question is, today is Monday and after 61 days it will be. That is the question. They give an option as Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. There will be 2 methods for solving this question. Method 1, you simply take the 61 days and divide it by 7. You get 8 weeks and 5 days. So you should remember that table. What I tell is, if in the question they said today is Monday, so we should assign number 0 for Monday, correct? So here I assign Monday is 0. So the what we get is 5 odd days. So the 5th day, we should look on the table and the 5th day will be the 5th odd day will be the Saturday. So from this table you can easily arrive the answer, that is the 5th odd day will be the 5th day will be the Saturday. So after 61 days it will be Saturday. The next method is, we know that 61 is not divided by 7. So it is not a divisible of 7. We should look for the nearest completed week. So 63 days. If we divide the 63 days by 7, we will be getting 9 complete weeks. So in case of complete week, there will be 0 odd days. If it is a 0 odd days, then after 63 days, it will be Monday. If today is Monday, after 63 days, it will be Monday. So after 63 days, it will be Monday. Then we should list 2 days from this 63 days in order to get the answer for 61 days. That is, if we less the 2 days from Monday, we get Saturday. So this is the answer. So this is another method. You can use either of this method according to your understanding and your comfortability. And the second question is, January 1, 2007 was Monday. What day will be on January 1, 2008? Options will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. So 2007, okay. From 2007 to from January 1, 2007 to January 1, 2008, there is an one complete year. Okay. First, you have to look whether it is an ordinary year or a leap year. 2007 to 8, that is 2007 is an ordinary year. So you have one odd day. Okay. Then it is easy that from if 1st Jan 2007 was Monday, then plus 1 day, that is one odd day, means you should add plus 1 day. Then if the 1st Jan 2008 will be Tuesday. For instance, if it is asked for January 1, 2009, okay, 2009. In this case, there will be two complete years. From 2007 is an ordinary year and 2008 is an leap year. So if it is asked for 1st Jan 2009, then there will be two complete years. One will be ordinary year and one will be leap year. We know that one ordinary year consists of one odd day and one leap year consists of two odd days. So we should add three or three odd days. Okay. So from Monday, if we add 3 days, then Jan 1, 2009 will be Thursday. Okay. Next, third question is, what will be the day of the week 16th August 2010? This type of question attracts special importance and it is a bit tough too. Why it is tough? In the previous question, they gave some clue like today is Monday and after 60 days, what will be the day? But in this question, there is no such clues and they straightly asked to what will be the day on 16th August 2010. So what I'm doing is I'm dividing this 2010, that means the year, into three parts. One is 2000 and I'm taking 9 years. Why I'm taking 9 years is 2010 is not yet fully completed, so the completed year will be 9 years. And third part will be till August, till August 16, okay, till August 16. So as we know that every 4th century is a leap year and every 400 year there is an 0 odd days. So 20th century will carry 0 odd day. And next, for the 9 years there will be 7 ordinary years and 2 leap years. We know that in one ordinary year there will be one odd day, so 7 ordinary years there will be 7 odd day plus 2 in 2 leap years there will be 4 odd days. In total we have 11 days. 11 divided by 7 we get 4 odd days. So for the 9 years we get 4 odd days. Next is till August 16. So January 31, February 28 days and March 31, April 30, May 31, June 30, July 31 plus August 16. In total we get 228 days. So if we divide this 228 by 7, we get 32 weeks plus 4 odd days. So until August 16 we get 4 odd days. So for this we get 4 odd days. So in total we get 8 days. 8 divided by 7 we get 1 odd day. So we are going to the general table. In general table, 1 odd day means the Monday. Okay, 1 odd day is on Monday. So on 16th August 2010 it will be Monday. Okay. Fourth question, I took this question from your reference study material. 2012 January 1st is Sunday. Then which day is the Indian Independence Day of the same year? So in this question we have to calculate the how many days between the 1st January until the August 15. So the calculations will be for January 30. For February it is 29 because it is a leap year. In the leap year, February month has 29 days. For March 31, April 30, May 31, June 30, July 31 plus August 15. In total, you get 227 days. If you divide this 227 by 7, you get 32 complete weeks plus 3 odd days. So in case of 3 odd days, you have to add plus 3 days from Sunday. That is Monday, Tuesday, and the third day will be the Wednesday. So the Independence Day of the same year lies in the day Wednesday. In this part, I just solved 4 types of questions in calendar. Apart from these 4 types, there are different types of questions may be asked in the exam. But the concept remains the same. So you always should be strong with the concept. If you need more clarity on this topic, let me know in the comment section. I will solve few more types of questions in the next part. Thanks for watching and kindly do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the regular notification of my videos. See you all in the next video. Thank you.